fucking Prince thing, like when we were shooting whatever, my dumb sketch, he was telling me like, yeah, so we think this thing's been pretty good. He told me this fucking story. Charlie Murphy's got the best stories. So he's been around stand-up his whole fucking, one of the best stand-ups.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then on top of it, he's funny on this show. So the basic, but it's weird to have how much the lack of respect of stand-up just to be like, not to think you could do it, because he should think he could do it. He tells a story. Sure. But to think you're there, like, to write a book, I'm like, and that's right, now I'm a stand-up. Like, that's the lack of humility, and that's where he deserved that spanking.
Yeah.
He's not a funny guy.
Yeah.
It's just, you gotta eat shit like we all had to. It don't matter who the fuck your brother is. Well, it don't matter who you hung out with.
We were talking about how he's not, insane. To write a book is insane, but also Jay and I were talking about, he's just dodoing material. He's not addressing the fact that he's
even address what's going on.
Because he doesn't know how to do it yet, and he's getting a huge check for like I said, we've all seen the Steve-O syndrome. Steve-O's a great guy. He's not a good fucking. I don't even know why you would pay money to see him do stand up.
Well, when people get
and I love Steve-O, I'm just saying, why would you watch him do that?
When people come out and they get shitty about it, it's like a guy comes with his girl and the guy will be a little shitty.
Right, it's a girl that wants to fuck Steve-O.
Of course, but I always have argued pro Steve-O several times. I'm like,
he's a great dude.
But I'm saying, like, you can't see him do stand up. Like, he's not fucking. You like him because he like tightrope walks over crocodiles.
Right.
Like, he can't.
Because no one respects stand up still. By the way, I just got done fucking text yelling at Gavin. You know Gavin?
Yes.
Who's my friend, but I mean, what a guy who confidently just talks, not knowing what the fuck he's talking about.
But I think that's part of his whole thing. I think it's almost like his joke.
And I really don't give a shit. But the whole Amy pile on now.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Have you had the answer for that? I mean, it's retarded.
First of all, he goes for the magician thing, because Kyle's coming later. He goes, well, you got to admit those are pretty close. Like, yeah, they're close because they were both. How would we know about a Vietnamese fucking magician before we made this sketch? His video had 11,000 hits before
6,000 we saw yesterday.
No, Gavin goes, it's probably another copy of it. Gavin goes, it's got 250,000 hits. I go, it had 11,000 when he goes, did they take it from me? Yeah. And then it got a year later. That was 2014. This guy came out, and a year later it's 200,000 hits. So now like 200,000 hits. Yeah. How would we even know to Google that? Is there a magician who also makes sketches about his magic act?
We were saying yesterday, should at this point, with so many sketch shows that have happened, even like one-off season things, like, is there somebody to vet that shit?
First of all, you're legit gripe, Wendy Liebman, legit gripe, and I know why she was mad. She saw when they make memes of your set?
Yeah.
Every one of these fucking networks. And Comedy Central is really good to me, but whoever's in their meme department, I wish you would quit picking my hackiest shit.
They always put the worst joke thing in.
I wish you would stop
never the one you want.
My hackiest shit.
You're speaking right to them right now, so.
Yeah, come on, man. Don't buy a month's supply of weed. Good old Kurt Metzger says, don't buy a month's supply. You're not going to make it last a whole month. Meme. So some fucking idiot thought that should be the representation. And guess what? They're probably right. It's probably a great representation of me to that demographic, right?
Mine's going to be like, the problem with America? Blacks. Guys, you should really.
That's your only hope.
James comes off.
These are people that are on my, but these are people that I like me, that are on my side.
Of course, they just don't know.
Okay,
but they're asking someone who doesn't know to do that.
That was her joke first. She had to see an HBO meme of Amy with her joke, right? Which Amy didn't steal from her, but it's Wendy Liebman's joke first, hands down. So she tweets about it. I can see how she'd be upset seeing a fucking meme of Amy, like a younger comic with her joke. Her tweet disappeared.
Wildly more successful. Right. End of the day,
because that's the only thing I care about if I get stolen from is if you do better with it. So then her tweet disappeared. I'm assuming because they hashed it out. Now that was a legit thing that had to be addressed by Amy, of course. Tammy Pescatelli, I got news for you. No one is watching your set who does stand up or like stand up who isn't your fucking Olive Garden family. How the fuck could you think someone stole that mediocre line to put in Amy's movie that neither Sinbad came up with before either of you? Okay.
Is that to slap the food out of your hand?
No, now it's Kathleen Madigan's. Okay. Now, again.
Right.
I was there in the room when the sketch came up with. A group of people throw out ideas, and it turns out that's what people think of when they decide, like, diet ideas.
If you're rich.
Now, Kathleen, I assure you, none of us are the Iowa State Fair that saw you do that joke. I promise you. It's just a coincidence, and your joke wasn't that fucking clever. It's a thing anybody fucking could come up with, and did. Well, so we're bad for being hacks. That's really what it comes down to.
Right.
We were hacky enough that a road hack was like, they traveled to the Bob and Tom show and heard me do that. No, nobody knew you did the joke. Sorry.
No,
okay?
but that's the thing.
Get him, Kurt. This is Kurt.
Okay,
Hit him up.
Then the sketch bullshit, magician never fucking heard of. Somebody brought Mad TV, which, by the way, I've never fucking watched or enjoyed. And it's the only thing that's similar is this are the sketches about white people having a hard time saying
Describing
someone's
a black
race.
person.
Oh, only one person could have thought of that 15 years ago. We're not Mad TV fan. This shit happens. SNL goes through it all the time.
I was going to say that, but I wonder if they could pay someone to kind of vet this shit.
Here's why it's a thing, a pile-on now. And I found out from Gavin let it slip.
Because she's famous quick.
Because she's famous quick. Not just that. Gavin said it. He let us. He goes, well, I would have her back. And she said she's been playing a racist Republican character. She made that quote that my character on the show is a racist Republican. And Gavin goes, so fuck her. I'm like, okay, so you have an agenda. So all these
Wait, she says what? She says what?
She said the character on her show she's playing is a Republican racist.
Okay.
It's an insult to Republicans. So Gavin's like, I would have had her back, but fuck her. Shut up, Gavin. Shut the fuck up.
So you're saying
all the people piling on her now, I'm telling you, are Gavin fans. And the reason I know is because they keep calling me a cuck for defending her. Because for some reason, Gavin popularized misusing the word cuck. None of them know what the fuck a cuckold is.
Yeah.
A cuckold's not anyone who disagrees with you, fucking moron.
Are all these people going to jerk off on Amy?
Fire. Yeah.
Are these people
breaking it?
Are these people going to jerk off on Amy and then you have to lick it off? Is that what I mean?
Well, is that what a cuckold is? That's awesome.
That's what I thought it was.
Oh, no, I'm definitely a cuckold. My bad, I take it back. I love
in the
cuckolding.
corner. All right.
But anyway, Gavin had the nerve to go. I go, Gavin, since I was there, and also I'm a fucking professional why would you know better than me? He goes, well, I've been around stand-up my whole life. I have too, and I do it, dipshit.
Yeah, that's another big thing.
He dismissed me like a common climate change scientist.
I made a point the other day, too, that I said I think it's fair to say with Amy, it's like, Amy's fucking great. She's a great comic.
But she's a 10-year comic.
I was going to say,
there you go.
We have to, but she got famous in still developmental years of comedy.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So I said she
didn't anoint herself the best. You dumb fucks did. Yeah. Now you're mad at her?
That's what I'm saying.
Fuck you.
But I'm saying she got very popular based off of her current talent and potential, and she has all those things.
I'll tell you this flat out to anybody who's listening. Amy respects the fuck out of comics.
Oh, yeah.
She defers.
She's good to comics.
She's the best to comics.
In stand-up, just so you know, she's not out of her head. She defers to me in stand-up. 100% ask her.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, when I need to take off from the show, she's like, you can't go, I need you on the show. She respects stand-up. She respects it. Yeah. Okay? So she's not the kind of person who's going to steal, but she's a 10-year comic. And 10-year comics have middle-of-the-road shit that everyone thinks of. And it's not her fault that you built her up into the great Vag Hope. She's a fucking person. Fuck you.
For people we both know too, and I'm not even taking like a dig at him in any way, but as far as like working other comics, I
got to start my show. Yeah,
I know, but the idea of working tons of comics, like like Kev hasn't worked comics nearly as like with Kevin Hart's like level of fame. Versus Amy Schumer.
That's right.
She really works everybody.
And she doesn't make you pick up her laundry for her either. But, it's weird to be on the other end where like I'm defending Amy on the internet. Yeah. Usually people are attacking me.
Yeah, she usually has to have
dude,
people.
I'll never be mad at SJWs again. The right wingers are such. This is a political thing because that feminist shit,
the guns,
and the gun thing, and they are out to get her, and that's why they're taking shit you could do to probably any comic at 10 years in.
Fucking yes, absolutely.
I go, Gavin, how come every good comic is saying what I'm saying, and you and your fucking dipshit friends are saying? Why would I be wrong?
I use the example. I said a lot of times if I talk to a girl in a show audience, I know real quick. If I talk to a girl in the audience and a white girl, and I say something about black dudes, and she says she's in it, whatever it is, I make some joke about her father.
Yeah,
I mean. On my show, on my crowd work show, no, is a thing where I make sure they take out, if I say that all, because Voss in his set goes, is this your first black boyfriend? She goes, no. He goes, oh, so you never get along with your father? But I'm not going, Voss took my shit. He goes, that's just kind of the thing you say in that scenario.
A dipshit hack like Tammy Pescatelli.
Why would you argue over that horse shit?
Red pill MRA thinks that. I gotta go.
We'll check out Race Wars when we're done.
Yeah, Kurt coming in here dropping his hit him up.
Go get that money, Kurt Metzger.
That's Kurt straight from the Schumer army.
Man. He went hardcore.
That was great.
Kurt doesn't give a shit.
I was waiting for that.
Tammy Pescatelli and Kathleen Madigan.
I was waiting for that. I was waiting for
Fire crotch hoe.
I was waiting for Kurt. I knew Kurt was going to be the guy. He's been training for this. It's like Amy's kept him in a cage. The internet's been his cage that they've been rattling a stick along the side of, and now they're like, "Go hunt!" And Kurt's just
now,
like,
"Go get him!"
He's just fucking tearing people apart because everything he just said is exactly how I feel. But you can't get a word in with Kurt. But I was just agreeing. I just go into hype man whenever Kurt starts talking.
Yeah.
Them eyebrows for real. Who's the second?